Hello dear students, welcome back to Grammar Enhancer. In today's video, we are going to dive into the practice of direct and indirect narration. Be ready to sharpen your skills. Let's start. Before we jump into practice, let's quickly review some of the crucial rules. Remember the shifts in tenses and pronouns when converting from direct to indirect narration, as well as changes in time and place expressions. First thing that we need to know, what is the narration? Narration is a way to report someone's thing to any other one. In English language, there are two ways to report someone's thing to any other one. First one is direct narration and second one is indirect narration. The basic rules of direct and indirect speech. Change in pronouns, backshift the tenses, change the time and place. Here backshifting means converting any tense into past tense. If reporting verb is in past tense, then how to change the tenses? Let's see. Present simple tense changes to past simple, present continuous to past continuous, present perfect tense to past perfect, present perfect continuous to past perfect continuous, simple past to past perfect, past continuous to past perfect continuous. In future, will changes to would and shall changes to should. Now understand how to change the words or adverbs. Like now changes to then, today changes to that day, tonight, that night, yesterday, the previous day or the day before, tomorrow, the next day, the following day, next week, the following week, next month, the following month, next year, the following year, last week, the previous week. Let's understand how to changes the pronouns. I changes to he or she, you changes to I or we changes to they, my changes to his, her, your changes to my, yours, our changes to their. There is a most effective trick to understand it swiftly. Son upon 1, 2, 3. First person changes according to the subject of reporting verb. Second person changes according to the object of reporting verb, and the third person never changes. Okay, so let's start with simple sentences. First one is, she said, I am hungry. This sentence is in simple present tense, then it will change into simple past tense. Then the sentence will be, she said that she was hungry. Next one is, he said, I like to play football. This sentence is also in simple present tense. Then it will change into simple past tense. Then the sentence will be, he said that he liked to play football. We used liked here because we know we need to use second form of verb in the simple past tense. Third one is, the teacher said, the sun rises in the east. This is a universal truth, so there is no need to change the tense of this sentence. Then the indirect will be, the teacher said that the sun rises in the east. Fourth one is, they said we are going to the park. This sentence is in present continuous tense, then it will change into past continuous tense. Then the sentence will be, they said that they were going to the park. Fifth one is, Rahul said, I have finished my homework. This sentence is in present perfect tense, then it will change into past perfect tense. Then the sentence will be, Rahul said that he had finished his homework. Okay, so let's move on to interrogative sentences. Before we bump into interrogative sentences, we just need to know some important rules about it. To convert interrogative sentences into indirect speech, follow the following rules. S, no, questioning. Structure, subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus object. The reporting verb said to is changed into asked, then if whether is used in place of that. If the reported speech has interrogative word like who, when, how, why, when. The structure be WH word plus subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus object. A period is placed at the end of the sentence instead of a question mark. Okay, so let's start with first sentence. She asked, are you cold? This sentence starts from helping verb. So we need to use if or whether to eliminate these inverted commas. Then the indirect sentence will be, she asked if I was cold. Next one is, he asked, where is my phone? This sentence starts from question word. So we need to use this same question word in indirect sentence to remove the quotation marks. Then the sentence will be, he asked where his phone was. The mother asked her son, do you want some milk? This sentence starts from again helping verb. Then we need to use if or whether to eliminate these quotation marks. Then the indirect sentence will be, the mother asked her son if he wanted some milk. Fourth one is, the stranger asked, what is your name? This sentence starts from question word. So we need to use this same question word in the indirect sentence to eliminate these quotation marks. Then the indirect sentence will be, the stranger asked what my name was. Fifth one is, I asked them, can you help me? This sentence starts from auxiliary verb. Then we need to use if or whether to eliminate these quotation marks. Then the indirect sentence will be, I asked them if they could help me. Let's move on to exclamatory sentences. But firstly, we need to understand the rules related to this topic. Rules for changing exclamatory direct sentences into indirect sentences. Hurrah word suggests us exclaimed with joy. Mean to say, whenever we see this word in direct sentence, then we will need to use exclaimed with joy in indirect sentence. Alas suggests us exclaimed with sorrow. When alas comes in direct sentence, then we need to use exclaimed with sorrow in the indirect sentence. Bravo suggests us applauded that. What a or wow suggests us exclaimed with surprise or wonder. Okay, so let's start with first sentence. The boy said, hurrah, I won the race. Hurrah suggests us something is joyful, so we need to use exclaimed with joy here. Then the indirect sentence will be, the boy exclaimed with joy that he had won the race. Next one, she said, alas, I lost my purse. Alas suggests us something is sorrowful. Then we need to use exclaimed with sorrow here. Then the indirect sentence will be, she exclaimed with sorrow that she had lost her purse. Third one, the child said, what a beautiful bird it is. What a beautiful suggests us something is wonderful or surprising. So we need to use exclaimed with wonder or surprise here. Then the indirect sentence will be, the child exclaimed with wonder that the bird was very beautiful. The captain said, bravo, you have done well. Bravo suggests us that someone is praising me, so we need to use applauded here. Then the indirect sentence will be, the captain applauded me that I had done well. Fifth one, he said, how sweet the song is. How sweet suggests us something is wonderful or surprising, but you can make it in a simple way. He said that the song was very sweet. In other way, you can make it like, he exclaimed with wonder or surprise that the song was very sweet. Okay, so let's move on to imperative sentences. Let's look at the imperative sentences. Imperative sentences give an order or direct command. These sentences may come in the form of advice, appeal, request, or order. Either a period or exclamation point is used at the end of the sentence depending on the forcefulness of the speaker. Examples: shut the door, please shut the door, repair the door by tomorrow. The reporting verb is changed according to the reported speech into order if the sentence gives a direct command. Examples: direct speech, the teacher said to me, shut the door. Indirect will, the teacher ordered me to shut the door. The reporting verb is changed according to the reported speech into request if the sentence makes a request. He said to me, shut the door. Indirect will, he requested me to shut the door. First thing which we have to know that we need to use to eliminate these quotation marks here instead of that. The teacher said to the students, open your books. Then the indirect will be, the teacher told the students to open their books. Next one is, mother said to me, please help me in the kitchen. Please suggests us request. Then the indirect sentence will be, mother requested me to help her in the kitchen. The doctor said to the patient, take your medicine on time. Then the indirect will be, the doctor advised the patient to take his medicine on time. The officer said to the soldiers, march forward. Then the indirect will be, the officer commanded the soldiers to march forward. My friend said to me, don't smoke. We can make this sentence in two ways. First one is, my friend advised me not to smoke. With second method, my friend forbade me to smoke. Let's bump on to sentences having modal verbs. Firstly, we need to know how to change modal verbs in indirect speech. Will changes to would, shall changes to would, should, can changes to could, may changes to might, must changes to had to, could, should, would, might, need, never changes. First one is, he said, I can swim across the river. Then the indirect will be, he said that he could swim across the river. Next one is, the teacher said to the boy, you may go home now. Then the indirect will be, the teacher told the boy that he might go home then. Third one is, she said, I must finish my work tonight. Then the indirect will be, she said that she had to finish her work that night. Fourth one is, the servant said, I will clean the room tomorrow. Then indirect will be, the servant said that he would clean the room the next day. Fifth one is, my father said to me, I shall buy you a bike. Then indirect will be, my father told me that he would buy me a bike. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more. See you in next video.